This is the FCTO Daily Forex News Report for the 15th of July 2013. The Forex markets are staying in range as the week begins. Traders seem not to be reacting to China's GDP miss, but instead have their minds on Ben Bernanke's testimony later this week. The messages since last week's Federal Open Market Committee meeting minutes were rather confusing, and it's highly uncertain in what pace the Fed will taper their stimulus program. There were deep divisions inside the Fed regarding this, as clearly seen from other Fed officials' recent comments. For an example, on Friday, St. Louis Fed Bullard, a known dove, warned that pulling back on accommodation as inflation is sinking is not the right combination. On the other hand, Philadelphia Fed Plosser urged the Fed to begin to taper very soon, and even wanted the Fed to end it by the end of this year. Ben Bernanke's semi-annual testimony to Congress on Wednesday and Thursday will be closely watched, but there is speculation that Bernanke will sound hawkish in his prepared speech and dovish in his questions and answers session, keeping traders puzzled. Nonetheless, stocks will likely extend their recent run for historical highs, while the dollar will likely stay in range against other major currencies. Apart from Ben Bernanke's testimony, there are also a number of other events to be watched this week. The Bank of Canada will have the first rate decision, with Stephen Poloz as governor. He's expected to be very careful with his first statement to avoid being clearly labelled as a hawk or a dove. The Reserve Bank of Australia and the Bank of England minutes will release meeting minutes. Released today, China's GDP grew 7.5% in Q2, missing expectations of 7.7% and compared to Q1's 7.7%. It's the second consecutive quarter of deceleration in GDP growth and the lowest rate since last Q3. Other data saw industrial production rise 8.9% year-on-year in June, missing expectation of 9.1%. The retail sales did rise 13.3% year-on-year in June, beating consensus of 12.9%. For all the news affecting the Forex market throughout the day, join us at forexcurrencytradingonline.co.uk. That's forexcurrencytradingonline.co.uk.